Tonight, we're jumping feet first into hell. Halo's back, and it's as badass as ever, and Spike's dropping first.
We're going in hard!
We've got security clearance to sit down with the masterminds of New Mombasa. And we're world premiering the anime Halo Legends. Its mission, uncover, unearth, and deploy Halo Nation. As GTTV presents Halo 3 ODST Countdown to Launch. Please remain calm. I still remember that moment playing Halo. Everything from the music to the story and the seamless blend of vehicle gameplay and first-person action. It's the game that finally proved that first-person shooters can work on a console. And although I've been privileged enough to talk candidly with the creators of this universe before, tonight, in honor of the release of Halo 3 ODST on September 22nd, Spike's mission is to give you, the fans, a seat at this elite table for a no-holds-barred discussion. Joining me at this undisclosed location are our fearless squad leaders, Frank O'Connor from 343 Industries, and Brian Gerard and Joe Staten from Bungie. Welcome, fellas.
Thanks.
Thanks, Joe.
Here are the rules for this evening. There will be no surrendering, no stock answers, and sorry, no health packs. It's time for battle. I'm turning up the heat for the next half hour. This is a new storyline. There's no Master Chief. Let's start off with you, Joe. How does ODST fit into the Halo canon?
Well, it starts with a character, the ODST. He's a guy that's been around for pretty much every Halo game since Halo 2. He's sort of the shadowy, Marine in the background with the black armor. So yeah, that's where it starts, with that guy.
And this game is actually set between Halo 2 and Halo 3, right?
Yeah, it's kind of concurrent with those events. It takes place in and around New Mombasa during the events at the end of Halo 2, beginning of Halo 3.
And I know that when people played Halo 2, people really wish that we spent more time there. Even in Halo 3, people really enjoyed the Earth missions. And I think they did, because it's really clear what the stakes are, what you're fighting for when you're on Earth. And that was really important for us, picking some place that meant something to the fans.
Now, Brian, you know the fans very well in the community. When you guys announced this game and said there was going to be no Master Chief, what was the reaction?
People are stoked. Like Joe said, ODSTs have a special place in the lore. These guys they're special forces badasses, and I think the fans are really hungry to experience a new type of Halo game.
When you talk about the ODSTs in the lore, they're not these super soldiers. How does that impact, the idea of using them in a game?
I'd kind of compare them to Navy SEALs in a way. Certainly they do the same types of mission, and they have the same type of kind of almost superhuman athleticism. Like, these guys can hold their breath forever. They can bench press like 400 pounds. These are big, tough guys.
Now, who's the fan of Firefly at Bungie? Because you guys have a lot of actors playing roles for the ODST. You've got Nathan Fillion in there. How did that all come about, bringing these actors in to play these roles?
Every voice actor that's ever been in a Halo game is a genuine fan, and that's how they found their way to Bungie. In this case, we happen to be fans of Firefly and Battlestar as well, so I think it worked out pretty awesome.
One thing we did different this time around, though, is we actually did some sessions where they were there together. For Nathan's session, he was there with Trisha. They were very relaxed, they had good chemistry, and that was great for their parts.
Okay. We won't get all TMZ on
Yeah,
those guys, I guess. Now, Frank, now that this game is set between Halo 2 and 3, you're the man that sort of handles the Halo canon and the Bible for the whole franchise. Does that worry you sometimes when you set a game, between two games and whatnot, and how that could potentially break the fiction?
Not really. Number one is we trust, obviously, Joe and Bungie to do the exact right thing with the fiction. But number two, when you set something in a piece of the universe that's already taken place, there's a little bit less risk, right? The scary part is when you go way back into the past and way forward into the future. So in that regard, no, it wasn't a problem. And obviously, Bungie created the universe, so they kind of know how to play around in it, right? So.
Well, let's see how much you guys really know about the Halo universe, because now it's time for the fans to see if they can stump you. All right, we're going to start off with a question from Jerry in Florida, and he says, during Halo 3, you guys spoke about how only Spartans could lift up the turrets and control them. But now in ODST, it seems like the ODSTs are able to man turrets and pick them up. How is that possible?
Because they know it's super fun. Before, the ODSTs looked at the turrets and thought, why would we do this? Yeah.
I'll get a hernia picking that thing up. I'm not going to do it.
But then they saw a Spartan doing it, right?
Yeah, they were
They
jealous.
were empowered by the fact they had their own game.
They're jealous.
I think they were empowered by the spirit of fun.
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah, why not?
All right. Here's the next question. This one comes from a Brian in Seattle.
Why is your community so awesome?
Why is Brian so
This is a
hot?
question. It's like, how do you explain the Flood appearing in Halo Wars when humans don't first discover them until near the end of Halo Combat Evolved?
Actually, that one's really simple. The characters and the events in Halo Wars don't actually interact or overlap with any of the other characters or events or places in the rest of the Halo canon. Those guys are literally trapped and
They never
stuck
communicated,
there.
so they never got back to communicate.
They never got to communicate. And you have to remember that there were Flood samples on Halos. The Foreigners had, they were far from completely solving the Flood problem.
You buying it, Brian?
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Why do you talk in such a high-pitched voice? When
No, really.
Everyone's wiped out.
Plasma rifle fires 360 to 540 rounds. Can't reload, so keep the burst short. The particle beam's rifle fire can reach Mach 2. And at almost 40 pounds, melee works. Not quite the impact of those gravity hammers. Armor up because the questions just get tougher.
Is it a surprise when you pick up the game?
It is a surprise, yeah.
Not
Surprise.
Master Chief.
And we premiere the first of 3 Halo Legends clips from the babysitter.
What are you, like a living spoiler? I don't know.
The countdown to launch continues next.
When we sat down to design this game, we knew we wanted to create a little sort of film noir vibe with the game.
A lot of the game takes place at night, and so we thought the visor mode, which is sort of like a low light enhancement and target acquisition system, that would be really good for making the ODST like a cool character to play.
Come on, tough guy, we gotta blow this bridge.
Here at Spike, we love celebrating the launch of the hottest new video games, and Halo 3 ODST is no exception. My guests who have graciously accepted Spike's invitation for a sit-down are Frank O'Connor,
Pays to be the strong, silent type.
Brian Gerard,
Amen.
and Joe State.
My vote, hold up, wait for backup.
These are my men, and I'm dropping them straight into hell.
Let's talk about the gameplay changes in ODST. Brian, let's start with you. There is a new visor system, right?
That's right. The ODSTs, they're not super soldiers like we were discussing, but they have some new tools to help even the odds in the battlefield. So the visor is something that is really useful. The nighttime parts of exploring New Mombasa, it's going to help you kind of get through the dark, but it also works very well as a target acquisition system.
And Joe, health packs are back.
That's right. You know, health is a really great way to remind people that they're human, that they're vulnerable. You're not a Spartan anymore. You're a Marine, flesh and blood soldier. And so when your health gets down low, you hear yourself breathe more heavily. Your screen gets a little bit red. It's a great source of tension and a reminder that you're a real person inside your armor.
Now, Brian, there's a new multiplayer mode called Firefight in this game, which everyone is really excited about. Tell us a bit about Firefight.
Yeah, Firefight's a 4-player cooperative game mode, which really is about taking the essence of Halo gameplay and just boiling it down to its pure form. There's no story wrapper. It's really about you and your buddies just jumping right into combat.
Having the new pistol, the sound suppressed pistol, and the sound suppressed SMG, those are really great weapons in those fights where you're trying to take down enemy shields, take them down finally with a headshot. It's a good combination.
A lot of people love Halo just for the multiplayer. Is it ever frustrating for you that, such a focus is put on multiplayer amongst the fans?
No, not at all. And Firefight's a really great example of those two worlds blending together. When you choose a character in Firefight, you pick one of the ODSTs. When you jump into a Firefight match, you have those guys' voice. You're actually talking as them. So it really helps ground you in that character. When you take damage, you'll react as Romeo would, or Dutch would, or Sergeant Johnson with a funny line or a serious line. So for me, it's a really great blend of those two modes. There's a little bit of story, a little bit of action all together.
Do you guys have a favorite ODST to play in Firefight?
I like the pre-order one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnson.
Get your pre-orders in right now.
Johnson's got some great lines.
Right.
He's tough to beat.
And since it's between Halo 2 and 3, mechanically he's allowed to be in that game. Right?
Exactly, he's not, well, we can't, what are you, like a living spoiler?
Who hasn't played Halo 3
should we talk
by
about-
now?
let's
Come on,
talk
who's
about
watching
Sixth
this and
Sense.
hasn't played Halo 3? Everyone's played Halo 3, one of the best-selling games of all time.
I have to say, my favorite Firefight character is a character we haven't talked about or revealed yet. And that's the one I like to play the best.
Wow. Is it a surprise when you pick up the game?
It is a surprise, yeah.
Not
Surprise.
Master Chief.
No, you actually have to beat the game on Legendary to be able to play as this particular character in Firefight.
Good stuff. But I'm regulating this roundtable discussion, and I won't allow it to go on any longer because I have the clearance code to the debut of the first 3 clips tonight from the next extension of Halo. Anime. It's Halo Legends, the upcoming collection of animated short films based on the world of Halo fiction. This is from the first episode, The Babysitter. Frank, you've worked on this for a long time. Tell us a bit about The Babysitter.
We wanted to show and demonstrate some of the differences between the two types of soldier. So we have the Spartans with all their kind of augmented powers and skills and strength. We have the ODSTs who rely on sort of simpler things like courage and tactics and bravery. There is a rivalry between these two factions, and The Babysitter explores that in some depth.
All right, here it is, the world premiere of The Babysitter.
Hey, easy there, Burger. What do you think you're doing? What? They're hell jumpers. Every one of those guys are ODSTs from the 105th. They're in a whole different league. Let's go. Come on! I want to hear what they're saying. No.
I don't get it. How the hell did everybody conveniently forget that I'm the best shot this side of Aridness? Getting assigned a backup is a bunch of BS.
Contingency. It's an important mission. If the first sniper misses the target, they take the shot.
I don't miss. I never miss. This sucks and you know it. I'm nobody's babysitter. Especially not some farm boy moose hunter.
I hate to be the one to break the bad news, but you weren't selected to be the primary shooter on this mission. So it seems they want your farm boy to do it? I guess that makes you the backup. Sorry, O'Brien.
I'm the backup?!
And the shooter is a Spartan.
What?
And that means this mission just got escalated.
If that taste of Halo Legends left you wanting more, we got it.
We're also planting seeds in there that connect to other parts of the universe, so there's definitely a lot there for hardcore Halo fans to explore.
All that, plus we've got more with the sharpshooting minds behind Halo.
Well, Jeff, I got one for you.
What do you
Let's
got,
try to
Jeff?
stump Jeff.
All right.
Wow. All right. When the countdown to launch returns.
We're planning for a close quarters fight. The Navy Special Weapons set us up real nice.
There's certainly been a lot of great weapons in Halo throughout the trilogy. I mean, if you think about energy swords, you think about gravity hammers, you think about sniper rifles or Spartan lasers. But our fans have really cried out for years to have some sort of really powerful pistol again.
Won't be a problem.
See the dot, take the shot.
Hey rookies, welcome back to Spike's Countdown to Halo 3 ODST. We're taking desperate measures to make sure Spike guys get their Halo fix. And these are my men, Frank O'Connor, Brian Gerard, and Joe Staten. Now just before the break, we world premiered a piece of the first episode of Halo Legends. Joe, Brian, from your perspective at Bungie, what do you think of what they're doing with Halo Legends?
We think it's great. I
Yeah?
mean, we have everybody loves anime at Bungie. We think it's really cool. We love the approach to the graphic novel, so we think it's great.
Yeah, it's I think Halo lends itself really well to the medium, and the fact that they've got such a wide mix of really top talented people working on it, we're very excited to see it ourselves.
Are there some big spoilers in Legends, of the kind of Star Wars variety, like the Luke, I'm your father? I mean, is there something that big that the fans are going to grasp onto that's going to forever change the Halo canon?
There's a couple of things that are going to make hardcore fans really say, wow.
I'm the backup?!
And the shooter is a Spartan.
How do you guys keep all these things straight in the Halo universe? You got the animes going, there are books, there are games. Is there like a Halo Bible?
There's a Halo story Bible. I mean, that was, you can't keep it all in there.
Physical Bible?
Yeah, there's a physical Bible. It weighs about between 12 and 15 pounds, I think, right now, and it's a thick tome filled with information.
How many pages?
Honestly, I don't know, hundreds and hundreds.
All right, it's time to take another first look at a clip from Halo Legends coming to Halo Waypoint this November. Frank, can you set this one up for us?
Yeah, we're going to see the ODSTs live up to their acronym, which is Orbital Drop Shock Troopers. We're going to see them drop in from orbit, from a meteor storm, and we're going to get to see some of their first interactions with the Spartan that they're babysitting.
Any Easter eggs we should be looking for?
Oh, there's plenty of stuff in there, you'll see.
All right, check it out. Lots of drop pods in that one, and I'm about to drop another tough question from the fans in another Stump the Experts segment. Let's get right into it. Danny from San Pedro asks, what are the 2 known names of Covenant fleets that have reached the Sol system? You might have something here, Jeff.
Yeah.
What could it be?
Well, I think it's something Redemption. Furious Redemption?
It's Furious Redemption.
Furious Redemption. We're going
Furious
Furious Redemption.
is one of them. Correct. What about the other one, though? You got
Oh, the second one was called Suck It, Humans. Wasn't that the second one?
Yes!
Yes, I knew it! That's the translation.
No, it's Fleet of Retribution.
Fleet of Retribution. That is, that's basically Suck It, Humans, right?
All right, so half right on that one. All right.
Well, Jeff, I got one for you.
What do you
Let's
got,
try to
Jeff?
stump Jeff.
All right.
Wow.
So, Jeff, 2 years after Halo 3's release, how many unique users are playing Halo 3 competitive multiplayer every night?
I would say 600,000.
It's close. So we're getting about 1 million uniques every night still in Halo 3 2 years after release.
Wow, very impressive.
Next, Spike concludes its triple threat of exclusives and answers the age-old question.
Which ODST can drink you under the table?
Okay, we get more intel than that.
Son of a gun!
I know what's in reach.
Spike's special ops mission into Halo 3 ODST continues next.
Now's one of those times. Pays to be the strong, silent type.
My favorite member of the ODST squad is Dutch.
Amen.
I really like Buck because he's an everyday hero.
Alive or dead, we're pulling them out. You hear me? Make some noise.
You guys are watching GTTV Presents Halo 3 ODST Countdown to Launch. Before our final world premiere of Halo Legends, we have the last bit of insight from our Halo historians, Frank O'Connor, Brian Gerard, and Joe Staten. So what are some of the craziest fan theories that you guys have heard related to the ODSTs and the Halo lore?
There's a theory out there that right when it's a bait and switch from Bungie, and right when the slip space rupture goes off, your ODST squad follows them, and 99% of the game plays out in other parts of the galaxy.
Is there a quote-unquote twist in ODST?
Well, there wouldn't be a good story if there weren't at least one.
Oh, you're a piece of work, Romeo.
Well, there is no doubt the ODSTs are hardcore, so here's a great debate I think may start tearing up the Halo chat rooms. Which ODST can win in a battle of the wits?
Well, Romeo's got a big mouth.
Romeo can talk a good game.
What the hell am I supposed to do with this inside a Covenant ship?
You know, honestly, the Mickey is very smart. If you read his character bio, they say he came from a sort of troubled background, but he tested high, he trained to be a pilot.
I'm gonna say, on a technicality, maybe not a pure ODST, but a character in the game, I'm gonna give the edge to Veronica Dare.
Why is that?
Calling the shots.
He's got something on the guys?
Just through my experience, I just have known a lot of women seem to come out on top in those battle of wits.
I'll pass on that dance, but you can show me where to sit.
All right, which ODST can win fist to fist? Bare knuckles.
You don't want to get hit in the face by Dutch.
Dutch.
It's like a tree. Yeah.
I'm gonna say Dutch.
All right, so Dutch, clear winner in that case. Last question, which ODST can drink you under the table?
Well, I think if we sat Romeo and Buck down at a table, Romeo would probably try, but I like to think Nathan Fillion could pretty much outdrink anybody.
Yeah, he'd sort of Raiders of the Lost Ark the whole thing and pretend to be drunker than he was, right?
Yes, I agree.
All right, we'll continue this offline because I have one final fix for the fanatics. Any setup for the final piece of the Halo Legends anime from the Babysitter?
So in this final piece, we're going to get to see the ODSTs and the Spartan in action, and we're going to get to see how they take on a squad of Covenant.
Here it is, another world premiere of the Babysitter from Halo Legends. Guys, before we close this up, let me ask you a question. Can you give us a little bit of tease of what you're working on next, which is Halo Reach, coming in fall of 2010?
That's right, next big Halo game. It's a prequel to the Halo trilogy, and for fans of ODST, it's just important to note that we're going to have a multiplayer beta on Xbox Live next year, and the only way you can be a part of that is right through your ODST game disc.
Do we know if Master Chief's in it?
I can't say anything about Reach. I've been fully briefed.
I know what's in Reach, and I'm not permitted to talk about it.
Excellent. All right, well, we've prepped for a new regime in Halo 3 ODST, available September 22nd, and awaiting the preview of Halo Legends on Waypoint in November. Thanks a lot, guys. Good night, and we'll see you online, Halo 3 ODST.